Hey guys, my name's Zach and I'm the West Virginia DIY guy. Today I'm going to be building a downdraft sanding table that I'll put on drawer slides and be able to attach to the bottom side of the workbench that I built. The shop vac is going to plug into the front of it to create the suction, and it'll pull through some pegboard that I'm going to put as the top. So stay tuned and you'll see how it turns out. The outside dimensions of the sanding table are going to be 25 inches deep by 20 inches wide, and that will give me a 24 by 19 sanding surface with the pegboard. So I'm going to make my first cut here on a piece of scrap plywood that I have. It's 1/2 inch thick, and I'm going to make the first cut at 25 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and measure this, and I'm going to make the cut with my circular saw. Alright, I've got my 25 inch board, so now I'm going to cut this on the table saw down to 3 inch strips. Now I have 4 3 inch by 25 inch pieces. 2 of these I'm going to cut down to make the other sides. So I'm going to do that over on the miter saw. Alright, so both sides are going to be 25 inches long, and the pieces in the middle will need to be 19 inches to give me the full length with the accounting for the thickness of the plywood. So to give me the 25 by 20, the end pieces will both need to be 19 inches. I'm going to go ahead and cut those now on the miter saw. So I used the hole saw bit on my drill press to go ahead and put the hole through the front where the shop vac is going to plug in. Now I'm going to go over to the table saw and cut some support pieces to hold the pegboard in to the top of the box. Now that I've got all 4 of my bracing pieces, I'm going to cut them to length. 2 of them at 24 inches, 2 of them at 18 inches. To fit on the inside of the box. So I've got all my spacers cut. I went through and marked each of the boards an 1/8 inch down from the top, so that's the thickness of the pegboard, and then marked a 1/2 inch in to account for the thickness of the plywood. And now I'm just going to glue the spacers in place and let those dry for a few minutes. I'm ready to cut the base for the table now, so I'm going to go ahead and use a circular saw. I've already marked my lines at 20 inches by 25 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and use a circular saw. And there's the bottom, 25 by 20 inches. So I'll be able to just nail this to the bottom of the sides, and I'll be set. Now I'm ready to go ahead and cut the pegboard to the right size. The pegboard's already 24 inches wide, so I just need to cut it to 19 inches now. I'm going to get the table saw set up and make the cut. Okay, now it's time to do some assembly. The glue's had time to set up, so now I'm ready to assemble all the pieces. I'm just going to piece it together. Everything in line here, remembering the long pieces go to the outside, short pieces stay to the inside. Just like so there. Now I'm just going to run a clamp across here so that I can put a few brad nails into it, hold it a little tighter. After getting it put together here, I've decided that I don't like that there's movement in the middle of the sanding table here. So I've got another piece of scrap plywood that I'm going to use to cut to length and just build a support to put across the middle to hopefully take out some of the movement there. This is the support that I cut. It's 19 inches long, and then I just cut out the 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch little squares in the end there so that it would account for the bracing in there. Now I'm just going to go ahead and nail it in. See how this fits now. Much better. Now it's solid. No movement at all. Alright, now I'm just going to glue this in place and call it good. Alright, I've flipped the box over now, and I'm ready to go ahead and glue the bottom on. I'm going to put a bead of glue all the way around and then use the brad nailer with 1¼ inch nails to attach the bottom permanently. Alright, there we go. The actual box is finished now, so I will be attaching this to drawer slides and putting it underneath my workbench. So I'll be able to pull it out, use it, and then slide it back underneath, just like a drawer. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish letting this glue dry on the top. Okay, so attach the table to the bottom of my workbench. I'm going to have to build some brackets. These are the leftover scraps I had from when I actually made the workbench. I saved all these because you never know what you might need them for. Cut each of these down to 7¼ inches, and then I'll be able to screw them into the bracing on the bottom of the work table to attach the drawer slides to. Alright, I've went ahead and screwed the 2x6s into place so that they're held there firmly. I went ahead and marked also 1.5 inches down from the bracing as a starting point for the drawer slides. This side I've already done. It's attached in there. I put 5 screws across there. It extends all the way out. That's what the drawer will sit on. I think it's going to look really nice when we finish here. Alright, so with a little adjustment on the drawer slides, we got the drawer to where it flows pretty nice and smooth now. And the hole that I'll use to put the shop vac in will also double as the handle to pull open the drawer. So it's pretty sturdy. These are heavy-duty 100-pound drawer slides, so I'm not worried about anything. There's no way I'll be sanding something 100 pounds on here anyway. Just got a piece of rough wood here. I'm going to hit it with some 80 grit sandpaper and see how much dust it makes, and then I'll turn the vacuum on and do the same test. Alright, there in just a couple of seconds you can see just how much dust that made. Now I'm going to turn on the vac and we'll see how it goes. With the vacuum on, there's hardly anything there at all. So this is going to work out really well. And when I'm sanding smaller boards like that, I can lay another board across the back, lay a sheet of paper across the back. That's going to create more suction through the front holes. Alright guys, I think that's going to do it for this video. I'm really happy with the way the table turned out. I've already tested a few pieces of wood and it's working great. If you have any questions, or if you weren't able to follow along with my confusing instructions, feel free to ask your questions in the comment section below. I try to respond to every single comment. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. Until next time, God bless.